All right, Elvis Explosion is coming up September 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, LaCrosse, Wisconsin. $25,000 given away to the contestants. Got 20 of them coming from around the world. Got to make sure the band is aware of their songs and versions. I'll be headlining, got to get my songs to the band, got to get Dwight Eisenhower's songs to the band, have to get Joseph Hall's songs to the band. Got to make sure we're all squared away with the judges and the scoring, and then there's the live streaming. Oh, Lord. Got cameras and tripods, vibration reduction gear, transmitters, receivers, controllers. That's just too much. How am I going to get it all up to LaCrosse? I could build a road case.
Are you not curious? Curious? Who is this man? Who is this man? This enigma? Yes, a man of many talents, but he is a glitch in the system. He spends his nights scouring texts for traces of lost knowledge. We dare not stand by and turn a blind eye to this man speaking on a public forum. It is all in the files. I present to you on this day the Ryan Files.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. This awesome road case. I'm very proud of it, I gotta admit. It took me a little bit to build it. A lot of fun though, because it was all a custom build. You will not believe how much stuff fits inside of here. But I'm about to show you right now. Let's check it out. All right, boom, here we are. A road case, a flight case, whatever you call it. It's this guy, all right, designed to protect expensive gear. You take them on the road, a lot of musical instruments, amps, sound gear, whatnot, all go into these things to protect it so that you can travel with it. The case can get rattled around, but everything inside is going to be fine. And that's important on this particular instance because this is all video gear, basically for the live stream at ELVIS Explosion. Probably tens of thousands of dollars worth of gear in here easily. So let's break into it and let me show you what we got, okay? Here we go. First thing you do, the top comes off. You got some latches. Boom in the front, boom in the back. Lid comes off. There you go. So we're down to the first layer now. All right, what's on top here? Well, we start out with the most important thing for any live streaming gig is cameras, right? So we've got 3 cameras, and let me pull them out here. They're encased in foam, protective foam. I mean, you want it to be a tight fit. Let me show you what they look like. These are PTZ cameras. All right, check that out. They swivel, they pan, they tilt, they rotate. They're all HD, 1920 by 1080. Got 3 of these. They'll be in the back of the house, which we have in the back of the house. We have a 30x zoom lens for ELVIS Explosion, meaning that you can zoom in pretty good. And if you know anything about PTZ cameras allow you to really overcome the effects of a really bright spotlight, especially on like white jumpsuits, which, just saying, there might be a few of those at ELVIS Explosion. So they're pretty awesome. I learned about them online with a lot of churches, a lot of shows like rock music shows, things like that. Utilize the PTZ format. And there's just so many adjustments you can do on the computer to kind of compensate for that bright light. This is the first year I'll be able to do an actual test, hopefully, prior to the event starting. In years past, I've had to just kind of wing it because the lights weren't set up until like 10 minutes before the show started. So hopefully this year we'll get the lights dialed in to the cameras and be able to just boom, have a really clear, crisp, not grainy image. That would be exciting. So let me get the rest of the cameras unpacked. Like I said, we have 3 of these guys. 30x zoom for back of the house, far away, the wide shot that you would see. And then 2 that will be on stage. 2 that will be on stage, stage right and stage left. Those are 20x zoom. And that's way more than you need for how close they're going to be to the actual subject. So we've got the back of the house covered, like behind the audience, and right and left covered. Now, we'll get to the other camera here in a second, but let's get this next layer out. Boom. All right. It's just a little carrying case. This right here is just a wireless router, okay? And that is what controls all the signals to all the cameras for the pan, the tilt, the rotation, the zoom, all that. I'll show you the controller in a second. This remote control, which is just Velcroed on here, you can control the cameras that way as well. Just something to have, you know, if you're setting up, sometimes it's fun to have. And then this box, let me show you what this is. Finn, what are you doing? Excuse my kitty cat. So this box contains a bunch of, because we're going all wireless this year, so these are just all antennas that are used for video transmission and reception and signal transmission and reception for all the cameras. So you don't want your antennas to get damaged, so we have this nifty little box here. And apparently, I don't know, have you guys met Finn? This is Finn. Finn is my favorite kitty. I hate saying favorite. I don't want the other kitties to get jealous, but she is awesome. I'm gonna set this back here, girl. Watch out. Good girl. You just be in control there. All right, next up. So you have all this video stuff, these signals coming. This is the video receiver unit. All right. And you can look up close. Those are fans to control the heat put off by these guys right here. These are the receivers. All right, and these are where the antennas plug in. There's fans underneath, fans on top. All right, so they'll be receiving the video signals from all 4 cameras, and we'll keep them nice and cool so they run extremely efficiently. But that's what this unit is for. Set this over here. Watch out, Finn. All right, you gonna get in there? Seriously? All right, up next, this little box right here, well, it has a bunch of stuff in it. Let's break it down. There you go. All right, our 4th camera is going to be a GoPro. If you looked at any of my video from my trip down to Peru, climb up Machu Picchu, all that stuff, Huayna Picchu rather, right here you're looking at it, that's what I used. That's a GoPro. So it shoots very, very great video. It's pretty awesome, but this is what's amazing. That's all the bigger it is right there. And this is actually bigger than what you normally see because this has the media mod around it, which allows you to have an HDMI signal coming out of it. You can still record within the camera, but it can be powered, put on a tripod. So this will be our 4th camera, which will be placed behind the band so we can scan over the stage what's happening, but also catch the audience. So this little guy is, believe it or not, higher resolution camera than this guy back here, which you can maybe see the difference. I'm not sure. We'll just set it right there. I'll probably be using the GoPro for some other things. This is just a battery case. Has 3 batteries in it. You can see it shows the charge level on them. And we'll be using that for some of the after parties and whatnot. Those 3 batteries probably give me almost 6 hours of video footage, so it's pretty awesome. I've got a couple little power adapters. One is for the wireless router, which I showed you earlier, that's going to control the directional signals for all the cameras. And then this guy here, which is going to control our controller, believe it or not. Let me show you that. The controller is pretty awesome. You can control multiple cameras with this thing. You can actually control, I think, up to 999, I think, cameras. Now it's tricky getting it out of here. It's not that it's tight, it's just got a few little feet that are locked in place. Alright, well, the tighter the fit, the better. That way you know it's not going to get damaged in transport. So, set this right here. Alright, so this is the controller. Alright, and you can control, like I said, 4 cameras at any given time. You can actually control, I think 999 cameras, I think, whatever, this thing. We have 4. Alright, but the joystick allows you to pan the cameras up, down, left, right, zoom in, zoom out. There's all kinds of cool things like presets and whatnot. And you can also control some of the parameters. Excuse me, been a little sick lately. You can control some of the parameters of the camera as far as lighting, brightness, contrast, noise, all that stuff through this controller. But it's better probably to do it through the computer. You get a little bit more accurate settings. So, but anyways, this is a controller for all the cameras. All right. We haven't even gotten into the nuts and bolts of what's inside this case yet, and look what we already have. Boom. All right. Next up, this is kind of fun. You need tripods, right? And tripods are not tiny. So this case has not just one, not just 2, not just 3, not just 4. Well, actually, there's only 4 tripods, 4 big tripods. We do have the tripod that the camera is on right now. It's a smaller tripod. I can carry that in here as well for reasons just like this, where if we want to have another camera, we have the ability to do that. Something else I included inside of here is this guy. If anything gets lost down in here, this is pretty tall. It's over 4 foot tall. So if I need to go way down in here, boom, and grab something, I can. So something else I'm going to be including inside of these, I got these at Harbor Freight for nothing, but it's just these little lights. So, whoops. Yeah, boom. All right, and they're magnetic, so I can put a magnetic plate somewhere and they can just lock in. But this grabber is important, no doubt about it. All right, so let me show you right now just what this looks like inside. All right, so you saw what it is inside. You saw the storage space for. And the thing that's interesting about this build, by the way, and you can tell just by that last shot, is that I had to build this thing from the inside out. Meaning I had to build some of the inside foundation and then build the walls around it. That's why I didn't buy a case from someone and then try to customize it from, you know, inside out with the outside already built. It probably would have been impossible to do. I was able to connect with reliablehardware.com. if you're interested in building one of these, reliablehardware.com has everything you need. All these extrusions and whatnot really make it a much easier project to build. It's very expensive though, very expensive. I kind of cheated and went with some local suppliers on some of the extrusions, but certainly like the tongue and groove stuff and the corners and these latches, you can't go wrong by getting the real stuff. Reliablehardware.com if you're interested. That's where you get it. So let's look inside here, all right? I mentioned earlier about needing to reduce vibration, especially on stage, cameras on stage. You're gonna have the bass drum and just all that noise vibrating up through the stage. So we have to find a way to suppress it. This is one of the ways right here. This thing is awesome. Check out that guy, boom. So it mounts to your tripod and then your camera mounts on top of it. These wires absorb so much. It's pretty actually awesome. I've seen some really cool videos of like this mount on the side of a car driving and doing like, you know, fishtailing and everything, and zero vibration. So pretty awesome. Not cheap at all. These are about $200 a piece, but they're awesome. No doubt about it. So I've got two of those for stage right and stage left cameras, which again, they'll be on the stage, so they're going to get a lot of vibration, but that's going to be stopped just by what you just saw, those units. Here's another vibration guy right here. See this guy right here, boom. All right, and you can look and you can see how that goes like that. These are little rubber feet on the three corners, and any vibration, they're not connected through anything other than these rubber reducers, so to speak, vibration reducers. So one of the other things I have for each of the tripods, if you think about it, we've got 4 tripods. So you need to have vibration reduction. 3 of those cameras are going to be on stage, so this is what I've got. These are just little foam rubber discs that are designed to the tripod legs go on. It's supposed to be enough to stop the vibration, but I also included these, the guys right here, little feet right here. I could set these on top of here for double effectiveness. The tripod legs fit on there. So we'll see what we need, what we don't need, but I have enough for 3 cameras, and we'll utilize them as we have to. So that's basically everything that is in the top, and you can see it's quite a bit of stuff. We'll look at it here a little bit closer in a second, but right now what I want to do is take you inside the front and show you where all the awesomeness resides. All right, so the front of the case is very important. This is where all the big, well, the cameras are expensive, yes, but the nuts and bolts of how all this works together is in here. So very simple. Have this front right here, pull it off, and boom. This is my little invention. Let me show you how they work. There's 4 of these units, 1 for each camera. So we'll pull out the top one here, and let me explain to you exactly what it does. All right. So you have the power cord right here connected to this power strip. All right. You have your inputs. These will all plug into the camera right here, these 3. I'll show you in a second exactly what that is. So the components on here are as follows. This is a wireless transmitter for the controls of the camera. All right. This guy right here is a video recorder. The PTZ cameras I showed you earlier don't have the ability to record themselves, but you can send a signal to this, hit this button right here, and it will record. All right. And then finally, just like the receivers that had the fans on them and whatnot, these are the transmitters right here, those orange things, for the video signal. All right, so wireless transmission of video, there's a fan underneath as well. Let me show you how these hook up to a tripod and to a camera, and how the entire setup looks. Okay, so here we are with camera number one, hooked up with the tripod, vibration resistance also underneath the feet of the tripod, camera setup. We've got our nice little triangle down here with a transmitter for, a receiver rather, for controls, our video setup, video recorder setup. All you have to do is turn on this switch. Boom. There you go. It's all powered up, ready to go. So that includes everything. The fans are running, camera's ready to go. Actually, the camera has a switch itself. You can see it's warming up. It does its whatever you call it. There you go. We're recording right now. Easy peasy. And it's all based upon this awesome setup, which is really simple. And keep in mind, we've got 3 more down here ready to go. So let's take a look at everything inside of this road case. One other thing I wanted to mention is these little ties, I guess you call them. I have them stored under there. You can see right there where it just kind of ties it into the tripod real easy. Simple fix. That way, no chance that one of these units, which has thousands of dollars of equipment on it, would fall off. So kind of cool. And just so you know, there you go. Those are the vibration suppressors. There you go. All right, so let's take a look at everything that is in this road case. Look at all this. You got the 3 triangles. You got all the vibrations, suppression. I can't say that word. You got all the tripods. You got the controller, lights, video receivers, antennas, cameras, Wi-Fi network. It's a lot of stuff. Now keep in mind too, all this is specifically designed to take the place of over 1,000 feet of Cat 6 cable that was required in the past to run this operation. That much Cat 6 cable would literally take up as much space as this road case by itself. And then you'd have to have the boxes for all this gear over here. But instead, figured out a way to go wireless and fit everything into this little road case. So I'm going to show you what it takes to throw it all back in. And that's the thing too, it used to take hours and hours and hours to set up and tear down. I'm going to show you right now just how fast it is to tear this down. All right, here we go. All right, let's tear it down. Hey folks, I had a lot of fun building this project, a lot of fun. Even with the kitties getting in the way, it was awesome. So if you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're waiting to get to 1,000 subscriptions before we launch the actual Ryan files, and we're excited about that. Got some really fun things planned. So get it up to 1,000, tell your friends, tell your family, and if you really would, really want to get into it, hit that bell so you know when new episodes, new uploads are coming, and there are plenty of them out there. So check them out. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hope to see you soon, and God bless you. Thank you. Cheers.
I present to you on this day the Ryan Files.
Why do you have to be on the tablecloth? We're getting ready to shoot a video. Hey. You can't be on the tablecloth. Alright, you can stay on the tablecloth for now, but you can't get on the camera, alright? You can't get on the camera. Finn, you can't be on the camera. Come on, Finn. Finn. You can't be on the camera, kitty. Hey.